This is a presentation by the South Coast Air Quality Management District, Rule 2305, Warehouse Indirect Source Rule, ISR, Warehouse Actions and Investments to Reduce Emissions, or WAIRE program. This is WAIRE Compliance Training Video 5, Warehouse Operations Notification, or WAN Spreadsheet Template. The WAN Spreadsheet Template is required to be submitted by all owners of warehouses greater than or equal to 100,000 square feet. The final version of the WAN Spreadsheet Template is available on the WAIRE Program Online Portal, or WAIRE POP, and also on the WAIRE Compliance website. The spreadsheet itself does accommodate the submission of multiple warehouses with multiple lessees or sublessees. The figure on the right illustrates the login screen for WAIRE POP. Upon logging in, one could download the final version of the WAN Spreadsheet Template and then also upload a completed final version WAN Spreadsheet Template. The WAN Spreadsheet Template is comprised of 9 sections. For this presentation, we'll be going over each section individually to go over the type of information that is required. As a reminder, only the final version of the WAN Spreadsheet Template can be uploaded onto WAIRE POP. If a previous version of the WAN Spreadsheet Template was used to compile the information, please transfer that information onto the final version of the WAN Spreadsheet Template, then upload it back onto WAIRE POP. Section 1 addresses general information. For this example, the warehouse owner has 2 warehouse buildings, one with 2 lessees and the other with 1 lessee. Column 1 is where the warehouse owner would report how many warehouse buildings are being reported on this WAN Spreadsheet Template. This is a single entry cell where the warehouse owner would report 1, 2, or 3 warehouse buildings they are reporting. The columns that follow may repeat similar information for shared warehouse buildings, owners, and lessees. Column 2 addresses the reason why the WAN report is being submitted. The first reason is initial WAN report submission, which is required of all applicable warehouses to have a WAN report submitted by September 1st, 2021. Additional reasons include having a new lessee move in, which requires an updated WAN report to be submitted within 14 days, changes to the warehouse size, which requires an updated WAN report to be submitted within 30 days, a request from the South Coast AQMD, which would require a WAN report to be submitted within 3 days. Section 2 addresses the warehouse building itself, where the warehouse owner must report on the warehouse building address and size. Again, in this example, there are 2 warehouse buildings being reported, one with 2 lessees and the other one with 1 lessee. 1 row per applicable warehouse lessee. As you can see, the reported warehouse address and size for the shared warehouse building does repeat for the 2 lessee example. Section 3 addresses the warehouse facility owner. In this section, the warehouse owner is required to submit the legal name of the warehouse owner, whether it be multiple owners, a trust, or one company name. For multiple owners, the entries must be separated, each owner with a semicolon. Also required is to submit a common contact for the warehouse owner or owners, including the contact's mailing address, phone number, and email. If the warehouse is owner occupied, the warehouse owner must submit the amount of square footage occupied and the amount of square footage used for warehousing activities. Section 4 addresses the warehouse landowner. In most cases, as in this example, the warehouse landowner is also the warehouse facility owner, so no entry was required. Section 4 has similar fields as Section 3, and multiple landowners are required to be separated with a semicolon. Section 5 addresses the warehouse lessee or lessees. Again, in this example, one warehouse building has 2 lessees and the other has 1 lessee, 1 row per applicable lessee. The entries begin to differ as the warehouse lessees are independent of each other and have different information. The warehouse owner is only required to submit information on the lessee or lessees who lease at least 50,000 square feet. For the first 2 columns, the warehouse owner must consider vacant or unleased space. Similar type of contact information as before is required. Additionally, basic lease information is required to be reported, including lease start and end dates, and the square footage leased, and the square footage that may be used for warehousing activities. Section 6 addresses sublessees. Similar to Section 5, 1 row per sublessee if applicable. The warehouse owner is only required to report information on sublessees who lease at least 50,000 square feet. In this example, there were no sublessees, so 0 was inputted in the first column and no further entries were required. Section 7 addresses immediate prior lessees. An immediate prior lessee is a lessee or lessees that have occupied the warehouse space immediately before the current lessee. Similar to the information provided in Section 5 and 6, the warehouse owner must provide both the contact and basic lease information for the immediate prior lessee or lessees who have vacated since May 7, 2021 and leased at least 50,000 square feet. For this example, there were no immediate prior lessees for all the buildings, so no entries were required. Section 8 involves miscellaneous information the warehouse owner would want to report. The first column allows the warehouse owner to state any business confidential information and identify any columns that they would want to be considered business confidential. The second column is a verification that there were no lessee or lessees that leased at least 50,000 square feet, which would correspond to no information being reported on Section 5. The third column provides a warehouse owner a field to enter notes or comments to supplement the information they have already provided. Section 9 is to report information on the report preparer. This section includes information on who reported the information, whether it be a consultant, company personnel, or the warehouse owner themselves. It requires information on the name or names separated with semicolon, contact address, phone number, and email for the preparer. The WAN report can only be submitted through the WAIRE Program Online Portal, or WAIRE POP. There are several steps to submit a WAN report through WAIRE POP. The first step is to create a user account in WAIRE POP, which is accessible through the WAIRE Compliance website, then downloading the final version of the WAN Spreadsheet Template, which is available on WAIRE POP. Upon filling out and completing the final version of the WAN Spreadsheet Template, the warehouse owner must upload the completed final version of the WAN Spreadsheet Template back onto WAIRE POP. Again, only the final version of the WAN Spreadsheet Template is accepted on WAIRE POP. Then, the warehouse owner or authorized official must certify the WAN report submission and pay the applicable $29.51 reporting fee per applicable warehouse. A WAN report submission is considered complete upon receipt of both the WAN report and fee payment. If there are any questions, please reach out to the WAIRE team through our email or hotline number, or log on to our website at www.aqmd.gov/WAIRE to access our useful resources. Additionally, please subscribe to our listserv to receive updates and notifications.